The reason why the country's bad, oh, America's racist is bad, America's the capitalist is bad, America is sexist is bad. It's like, no, it's no. America has God, it's bad. No, because America has God, it's why we're the greatest country to ever exist and be created.
What is up? My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. This, of course, is the epicenter for all of your current and captivating coastal elite chaos. So please hit that subscribe button, like the video, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, share this with a friend. Let's go. This is an interview from Phoenix, Arizona at TPUSA's AmFest with actor and activist Siaka and Massaquoi. All right, thank you for talking to us, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, tell us your name and where you're from.
What's up, guys? My name is Siaka and Massaquoi. I'm out of Los Angeles, California, but I'm not as crazy as those guys are.
And you, I think we can agree that most people know you from Babylon Bee sketch.
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
kind of?
So a lot of people know me from the Babylon Bee sketch.
Hello? Honey, someone's going to the house. Someone's going to the house. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
We're gonna call the pops. I'm gonna call the pops.
We're recording you.
No. It's okay. I'm just your neighbor. Coming by to say howdy.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we're not used to people stopping by to say howdy without assaulting us first, robbing us, or defecating on our lawn.
Sometimes all three.
The trifecta. We're from Los Angeles.
Just moved to Texas.
I figured.
Oh, the California plates?
Well, yeah, and the masks. Inside your own house. No one else around. 2022.
We just want to be extra safe.
We feel naked without masks.
We'll probably wear them for the rest of our lives.
We'll be buried in them.
Okay. Well, you seem like a lovely couple.
I've just in the movie Lady Ballers with Daily Wire. I started my own organization called Hollywood4Freedom.com, which is a conservative Christian-led organization and database for actors, producers, camera people to get together and be able to fill their own projects and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we've been working hard. Also, first vice chair of the Los Angeles GOP, and I ran for office in 2022 for Assembly. I didn't win, but that got me the ability to then become first vice chair, and we're trying to change the GOP in LA.
So I'm gonna divert from my typical questions because of your campaigning there, but there's obviously a disconnect between the political regime and the people. But
right.
My question is, like, even in San Francisco, like I'm in the Bay Area right now, I talk to people, on the street, just regular people, and they're like, enough. Yeah. So when the general population, even in a place like San Francisco, is starting to see through it, does that matter, or is that machine going to roll on? Right? Like, so are they going to say, hey, maybe we went too hard on this, we're going to pump the brakes and come up with some new ideas, or are they just going to steamroll?
Well, they are set to steamroll. That's what we got to understand. I always like to say in speeches I give, they're all in. So the response is that we need to be all in too. And it's not necessarily we need to be all in and make sure they change, for example, for entertainment. Like, oh, NBC, do this show. No, create our own. We want the schools to change, but if it's not, homeschool. We see homeschooling is going through the roof, and the black community is the number one homeschooling factor in the homeschooling push right now. So, like, black folks have seen it, they're done.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So we have to not only be all in, but we have to start being all in by being creative. This is our nature as human beings. Let's be a representation of the Lord, who is the creator, and create our own new thing. But we need to come together where it's like you and I, okay, where can we find funding? We got to go out. We're here. We got to press the pavement. We got to do the work it takes to create something new, because what they established trapped us in the comfort of trapped us in comfort, which stopped us from creating new. So we got to start creating new, because that's gonna get them to listen, and it will create something that then we don't have to deal with it at all.
And I think the Daily Wire is probably kind of a tip of the spear, maybe.
Yes, they
on
are.
creating.
Yes, they are.
They freak out lady. Or maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know if people really freaked out at lady ballers. Or...
Not regular people, not normal folks. Only those that were going out of their way to try to demonize, because it gets in the way of that machine rolling over, as you're talking about. It reminds people that their humor can be creative. The humor can push envelopes. And Daily Wire, by the way, check out Lady Ballers and look for this guy, the announcer. He's really great. Small scenes, but he's still really good. So it's like, this is what we have to do, right? You have these things and push, and the reason why I believe comedy is going to be what saves us in the long run. Why? Because comedy is a way to bring truth to people without them feeling like you're saying they're dumb, without feeling like they feel less than, and it relieves the pressure that they've held up to whatever the idea is, right? The trans stuff has been so tight, you can't talk about it, and everyone's like shaking. We need comedy so we can realize, wait, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's gay, whether it's racism, whatever it is, they hold it up so tight, you go boom, 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 boom. We need to and breathe and laugh, so that most people, especially most Americans, we're not going out of our way trying to beat somebody up. We're not going out of our way trying to hang somebody by their toes, because, like, I always like to say, the 90s worked. The 90s worked. The cross colorism, all that stuff, it worked. We're done. Let's move on.
I think we peaked at like the Nokia.
Yeah, exactly. And now look where we're going. Where I grew up in Evanston, Illinois. I went to Evanston Township High School. And just a few months ago, I saw that my high school has now implemented segregated classrooms. So to have
near Chicago?
It's right north of, like right north where Northwestern University is. So these Democrats, the slave owners, the ones that have been slave owners in the history of our country, are now going back. The guys of Jim Crow, the guys of segregation, now have implemented segregation back into the minds of the people, so that it doesn't come from top down anymore. It comes from ground up, right? But when you keep telling people, and this is how to get around the discrimination lawsuit about that, they offer the class, but they let the kids decide. Now, the kids have been hearing for the last 10 to 15 years, oh, everything's racist, white people are the worst, and it's been drummed up even more after Trump was elected. So how many of those kids now are so much more comfortable to see a class that says this, they're going to jump in? So many more than would have when we were growing up in the 90s.
Through the roof.
It's through the roof. So we have to create the content that shows that the ridiculousness of all this.
Absolutely. So what do you think is the number one issue facing the country?
Hating the country. The number one issue, it's like, imagine you hating your own home you grew up in.
Yeah.
You're
It's
never
like
going to flourish.
self-loathing.
Yes. Self-loathing of our own country is I think the crux of the downfall that can happen here. Everything stems from that. The reason why the country's bad, oh, America's racist is bad, America's the capitalist is bad, America is sexist is bad. It's like, no, it's no. America has God, it's bad. No, because America has God is why we're the greatest country to ever exist and be created.
They would love nothing more than to get rid of God.
Yes.
I think that's underlying.
But let me share with the audience, a lot of people don't know this, but last year, end of last year, the Supreme Court overturned the Lemon Law. And a lot of people don't know what the Lemon Law is. Yep. It's a law that, if you think back to when Georgia removed the Ten Commandments from its state house, I want to say it was in the early 90s. They used that saying, well, if you're going to talk about any faith, you got to include all, so you can't just highlight one. That was the Lemon Law. Now, since removing that, people of faith, you can talk about God in school again. You can talk about God any and everywhere as you're supposed to, because he's a God of everywhere, not a God of just church. So now we have the situation here that as Christians, walk with your chest up and your head held high, not in a pride or arrogant way, but in a loving way of the Lord, because we're told to spread the Gospels. No court's going to come after you and hold you accountable for spreading the Gospels ever again. So, this actually had to do with that. You remember that coach that took the knee in the end zone, and they fired him for that. He took the knee, would say prayers before and after every game.
Yeah.
He won his case, and that's what turned
I
everything.
do remember that.
So we're here.
Was that like 6 or 8 months ago?
Yep. Just like this country had been started, it wasn't started by some big empire that won it, right? No, it started by the people saying no. And in fact, the first 4 battles were all led by pastors and their congregations. So we got to remember, we are a country founded under the Lord. We are a country that was literally founded by the blood, sweat, and tears of Christian men stepping out and taking and being able to put their lives on the line for this country to be established. We need to get back to that. We can't be afraid. We have to be of courage and boldness, as the Lord says in Joshua 1:9. Why? Because He is always with us, and He commanded us to.
Absolutely.
So, I think that's where the win is, and that's where we get to.
Really quickly, do you have any concerns about AI?
Yes. I have concerns in the sense of just like social media, but then also the same way as just as a hammer. When technology comes really fast as human beings, it takes us a while, especially when we have God involved. It takes us a while to understand how to use it so that it is matching with us, not overtaking us. And hell, we can really get into it. It depends on who's running the tools. And if you have godless people running the tools, you're going to have godless AI come at you. If you have godly people running the tools, you have godless AI coming at you. Again, this is not about destroying anything or stopping something from being created. This is about who's running the show. Christians need to stop advocating their positions in the world and in our country and need to get involved in technology, get involved in science, get involved in business, get involved in schooling, get involved in entertainment. You can't wait anymore because, well, we're not supposed to bring Christ in. No. Christ needs to be in everything we do, and we need to wear it on our heart and our sleeves.
Absolutely. Last question. We're going to bring a little bit of levity to the situation.
Oh, that wasn't funny? No, okay.
Waffles or pancakes?
Oh, I do. Oh, damn it.
I'll let you. Maybe
Oh,
French toast.
man.
Could be
French toast. That's not even a question. That's it. We're done. That's it.
Okay, so
Waffles on special occasions. French toast every Sunday. Pancakes when you go to IHOP. You know how it goes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the time.
Thank you for having